Hi everyone, so today I have this really fun set to share with you from Diamond Press that they have brought to HSN. It is the Pizza My Heart pop-up kit. I've been very curious to check this one out, so let's open it up and see what we got here. So they did send this item free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. Any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. Again, with YouTube and their new HSN affiliate program, it might be a little shopping bag here or the word shop, but I definitely always have everything listed that they have brought to HSN in the description box. Well, not every single thing, but the new things for May. So let's open this guy up. Oh my gosh, look at the size of that. That's oh, the little heart-shaped pizza, so cute. So very nice size. And let's see what they mean by pop-up. I want to check that out, so let me open this up. I'll be right back. Hey. So with their new sets, they're including their new adhesive sheets, an applicator for it. There's some instruction there. It tells you can also just run it through your machine if you would like, and that's another way to do it. Or you put your die cut in here with the back of the die cut facing these little gray dots. That's your stickiness, and you just kind of give it one of those, and it'll be, and then the adhesive will stick to the back of your die cut, and you just pop it onto your project. So it comes with that. You also have a cutting folder for the marquee. If you don't have a marquee, you can put that to the side for something else, but you know, any machine that you have that cut thin metal dies, these guys will go through, so that's all interchangeable, and I do get that question quite often. So let's open this up and let's see the inspo, and then we'll go from there. So number one, so they're saying to go ahead and have a card base. It says, using scissor or paper trimmer, cut 2 pieces of cardstock, one 5 1/4 by 10 1/2 and one 4.75 by 10 inches. Score cardstock in center and fold in half. Set larger cardstock piece aside. Okay, so just something to think about. And then we start with the dies. And then you have these pieces for your little pizza box. It says cut pizza box and label die cuts. And then, you know, which pizza you would like. The heart-shaped one, or, you know, just your classic pizza here. And this is so cute, the toppings. So we're not coloring or anything. I mean, I would just cut these out of papers that, you know, represent those toppings. And I'm sorry about the lighting there. So this one does like sausage, pineapple, very controversial. We have some bell pepper, onion, mushrooms, olives, and pepperoni. And I want you to see that they each have like a little texture to them, so it's really well done. You know, whatever it is you want to stamp on there. Adhere pizza and label to pizza box die cuts. So they're showing you there a little bit about that. And this is how you're going to go ahead and make your pop-up portion inside the card. And then, you know, whatever else you want to deck it out with. So you have a little pizza cutter. You have your serving kind of spatula, I guess. That's what they're called? I guess a server, huh? A pizza slice. I mean, there's a box kind of thing, and then anyway you slice it, you're amazing. Giving you all of my thanks. Thank you for always delivering, and I'm just skipping over some. All of you, really cute. And you can decorate the top and the inside, of course, or however you want to do that. And so these are our pieces. Nice oversized stamp set. I will say this fits in the Diamond Press folders. I was trying to see if I have one here. Right here. I was gonna say I always have some nearby. So as you can see, and that's what I've been doing with these sets. Just slide it right in there and it fits perfectly, okay? So just in case you're wondering that, put this to the side. For when I'm done, I will pop them in here. Okay, so just a really nice size, there we go, set. Hopefully you can see that. Let me get you some measurements. Like this larger pizza, or the circular pizza, should I say, is about 3 inches in diameter, a little bit larger than that. And this guy's like 2 1/2. You know, yeah, about 2 1/2, a little bit larger than 2 1/2 in the other direction. I mean, it's a nice size. Little icons here. Look at that. And then we have all the sentiments and the dies that are going to cut all your toppings, which are adorable. The piece that you need for the pop-up, and whatever else you would like for, you know, making your box, or just putting that guy on there, just stamping it and being cute that way. But however you like. So what I'm going to do is grab paper just like they specified here, and we will get started. So I am going to use this beautiful red paper here, and I'm going to cut what they specified. I'm going to cut them both from the same red paper, just because when I do my pop-ups, I like the card that goes inside, or the other item that goes inside, to be to open completely flat, and that's just my preference. So I'm going to put a slit in the paper, and we'll talk about that when we get there. So for right now, I'm just going to do what they are suggesting. So one piece cut at 5 1/4 by 10 1/2. So let's open this guy up because the 10 1/2 side's going to need that. So 5 1/4. Essentially, this card base is going to be a square card base that's 5 1/4, right? By 10 1/2 in the other direction. Did I do that right? Okay, it looks really thin. 10 1/2. Oopsie. 10 1/2. And that means we're going to score this one at 5 1/4. Same thing that we started with. I'm going to turn this over. Nah, that's okay. 5 1/4. Don't cut it. We're going to score it. When I do my score line, I always fold in that direction. Do you guys usually turn over and fold it the other way, or what do you do? I don't know. That's how I do it. Okay. So I'll butt these guys up against here. This paper's not super thick, so it's kind of easy to score just by scoring it that way. And then the other one is 4.75 by 10 inches. I'm just curious of that. Okay, so 4.75, that means 4 3/4 by 10. And that means we're going to score this one at 5 inches because we're scoring it right in the middle. So there you go. So 4 3/4 by 10, and then we're going to score it at 5 inches. Okay. Okay, let me clean up a little bit and then we'll go to the next part there. Okay, so we have both of these. You know, I can go ahead and score this guy now. It's actually going to fold this way, so that's fine. I'm folding this one. I have textured paper, so this is texture on that side. I'm folding it in because that's going to go on the inside of our card. And so this is the side I want to show. And then it's telling you to pop this on here. Now, if you only have a marquee, you can definitely, you know, you can see how big this is. This is 4 3/4, and if you only have a marquee, I would say you can cut this at 4 or 4 1/4, and that would be just fine too. Okay, so then that way you can still put this guy in the center and run it through your machine. But I do have larger machines, so I'm going to do that. And it's telling you to take this guy, and I guess it doesn't matter because right now it doesn't matter if it's this way or this way. But they're basically telling you to put those little triangles or pointers there, right, pointing, you know, in the center. And then doing this kind of a thing. So I think that's pretty centered. I'm not going to measure that. I'm just looking at it. And I'm going to tape that down and I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine, okay? And I'll be right back. Again, a larger die cutting machine to accommodate this. So just pop that through. It's not going to come off. It's just going to make that pop up in the center there. So I'll just remove this very carefully. Maybe I shouldn't keep using that washi. So what happens is I like to reuse my little washi or like low tack tape, but once it starts getting sticky, then stop using it because it's going to tear your project the next time. So there you go. Okay. Okay guys, and I'm just going to go by the instruction step by step so that way you have the same info going. So step 3, it says to cut pizza box and label die cuts. So we need this guy, and I have a scrap of paper that's just about the same, and then this square. And then the label, I mean, it can be any color, but I guess, you know, this is a nice die to have just for other projects. Look at that. I'll run it through something like a white or a cream color, okay? So I'll be right back. You know, as I go to cut this label, now you can go ahead and do your stamping first and then cut it, or cut it and then line it up. So whatever you think is best. A lot of times I like to do the stamping first because let's say I stamped it a little bit crooked, at least with my die I can make it straight, right? So something to think about. I'll go ahead and cut it just like they're saying, and the next step we are going to be doing some stamping and die cutting, but if you want to stamp that first, you know, go for it. Okay, so I guess that's it. Let me put these guys, we're going to keep those, put these in the bin. I'm very British, you guys. All right. I will be right back. So in step 4, they're saying just to go ahead and, you know, stamp and die cut all your toppings and all that cute stuff. So I love the little heart. Let's do the heart. And I'll just use that same beige paper I just used right now. And I'm just going to freehand stamp this, so why not? Let me grab some brown ink. Here we go. And I'm using these water-based dye inks. If you are going to use alcohol ink markers, that's great. If you want to use water-based markers to do your coloring, then you want something that will not reactivate with the water. Okay, so and I'm going to use alcohol ink markers, so for me this is fine. So let's stamp this guy, and I'm probably just going to stamp it, like I said, freehand. Does that fit? Does that fit? You definitely want it to fit. Okay. And let's go with this one. And I'm just using a beige paper, and I hope that's enough side that I left there for that. Also, I don't know if I inked up the very bottom there. Let's see. Oh, not too bad. I did miss that very bottom, but now if I like to live dangerously, I would come in and kind of finish that off. But I'm going to use brown markers anyway, so that'll finish that off, so that's fine. I will clean this up. I suppose while this is out and we're doing stamping, let's go ahead and do this guy. I am going to put this on a stamping platform though, and I'm going to get some red ink. And we're going to stamp here. So cute. You're supremely awesome. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. Let's do that, and we're gonna make a supreme pizza. Let's put that like right there. Okay, and let's use some. I'll just use this cherry ink. I'm just gonna use the back of my hand. Good. Do it one more time. Okay, and let me grab some paper so I can cut my toppings. These are literally just scraps of paper. You know, if you want to go ahead and color this guy and have it ready, I'll just have to keep my toppings, you know, over here and not misplace them. But, so some mushrooms. This is so cute. And as you see, these scraps, they are ridiculous. Okay. I know, I keep everything. So we have that. Let's do some peppers. We are definitely going to do olives. I know my kids would be like, no! I love olives. I know my older son doesn't like the smell of mushrooms anymore, so I don't make anything with mushrooms, which is very sad for me. He's just like, I can't stand that smell. Okay. Alright, and then some pepperoni, and I'm gonna be very close with that one. And I think that's good for one pizza. So I'll just put a little tape on these guys so I can pop them all at the same time through my machine and not worry about them shifting around or moving. And we'll get all those toppings done at once. Now that I have this, I'm going to go ahead and color the pizza. So let me put these to the side for now, actually, before we cut them. Oh, that way they can go straight to the pizza. Alright. I do have an idea. You know, I like to sometimes use foam to make stamps, and I think if you wanted to make toppings out of these, like into stamps, I would just cut them from foam and then just stamp on your little pizza. I think that'd be very cute. Oh, that mushroom shape, can you imagine? Adorable. Okay, I'll be right back. This is not alcohol ink marker paper. It's just some heavyweight paper that's like a cream color. So I don't want to do too much ink blending because I don't want it to bleed. So I'm going to take like a red color. Let's do this one. And I'm just going to kind of go around the edge here. Just kind of fun. Kind of following the edge of this. It doesn't have to be perfect or... And honestly, you know, I'm just making it look like sauce. If I only want to do this, that's perfectly fine. I was going to do like a cheese kind of color, but we are using beige paper, so that color is kind of already there. But, you know, I'm just trying to make it look fun. Just add a little bit more. Okay, something like that. And I think, honestly, like I said, you can probably just leave that like that. Let me see if any of these yellows would help at all. Like to, yeah, maybe that one, huh? Okay, fine. Let's go for it. And I know with your pizza, I'm sure there's some areas where the little red kind of seeps through, or even where it's a little more, not toasty, but just like cooked in, a little more brown. You know how realistic you're trying to make this. So I'm just gonna try to do my best as far as coloring this guy in. This paper is just not your typical paper, you know. Something like that. Again, you know, if you want to do some little toasty areas, I don't know. Let me see what this would look like. A little too dark. Hold on. Maybe something like that. Just a little bit of areas where it might be a little more burned up. I'm sure I'm going to cover some of these things. That actually looks like sausage already. But anyway, just so it looks more toasty. And then just some brown on the crust. Like the lightest brown I have around this edge would be great. I'm not doing too much. I'm just going to go around this edge. Okay, and just color it in all around here. Go up this other side. I kind of went over this middle section that's closest to the stuff twice just to give it a little depth of color in there. You know. Okay. No big deal. Alright, so that guy, sorry about that sound, gets cut out, and I'm sure I can see right through this. Let's see. I do like using this beige paper. I think that's cute. Okay, yeah, I'll just run that through just like that. Put some tape on it so it doesn't move. Trim it down, get it through my machine. And I will be right back with all these pieces. Check these out. Oh my gosh, I think it's gonna be so cute. Super adorable. Oh my gosh. Let's poke these guys out of here. Ah, there we go. Oh my goodness, how cute are these? I'm telling you, just that little bit of detail and they super look like mushrooms. Oh my gosh, the olives. Let's check these guys out. I will say they have two dots. The center one is to poke out the middle. The other one is to poke out the actual olive. So just know that. And I got a couple more to poke out there. Oh my goodness, do you see them? Cute. And then we have our pepperonis, and let's look at these guys. Oh my goodness. Definitely a supreme pizza. Okay, so, you know, we're going to want to just kind of put these on here. Let me clean up just a little bit. I'll be right back. So let's just get some of these popped on here. I want my sticky tool back. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I should just kind of go for it. I don't know if they need to be staged. You know. I feel like the pepperoni is probably going to be at the base. I'm just going to stick down those pepperonis, and then I'll just toss some things on from there. So let's say like there, and here. And so don't take up all your time. I'm just going to have some music over while I make the pizza. Couple little veggies left, but look how cute that is. Oh my gosh, that is adorable. Okay, so that was step 4, and I suppose now we can go on to 5, and I guess I'll stay close up the way I am because we're supposed to bring these guys back. And on one side, on this one, the one that's like the square by itself, you're gonna put your pizza in there. And if you want to put on dimensionals, I would say no higher than like the thinner side of dimensionals, you know what I'm saying? There have some that are a bit thinner than others. I wouldn't put the thickest dimensional in there. And I kind of, well, I guess I'll put it straight, but that would be cute if it was a little bit crooked. Okay, so we have that guy. And then over here, where your lid is, it's going to close like this and open back up like that. So make sure this portion here is facing up. And I'm going to pop this on here right at the edges just to make sure everything's good to go. And I'll pop that on there. I'm going to hold that down for a little bit before we go to our card base and just put it together. Okay guys, so we just did step 5. Step 6 is just to pop this part into the larger card base. I will say, if you don't want a square card, I think this will still work in a card that might be like 4x6 or even a little bit smaller, 5-inch or 5¼ inch card. The reason I'm saying 4x6 is I would take a 12-inch piece of paper and score it at 6 inches so it's long. And this should fit in there and still have the room for it to kind of move as you close it and all that. Just something to think about, because I know some people like just like a typical kind of card base. Okay, and I guess it should work, theoretically. I mean, in a long or lengthways kind of portrait type of A2 size card, right? If you think about it, it's 5½ inches, it's 5¼ so it should work. Okay, so we have our card base, we have this guy, and I just want to see what the score line that you already made just from scoring this card base. So I started scoring it. You do have this line here from, you know, the card being folded. Don't worry about that one. You're just looking at this one here that the die made for you. So basically there and there, I'm pushing it up. This guy should stay straight. I kind of was starting to score on it, so it's giving me a little trouble, but that's not what you'll experience if you just don't score it, right? You know what I'm saying? Don't actually fold it like I did here. Okay? I'm going to cut this because for me, when I put this in here, I already know it's just not going to open the way I want it to without tearing or doing something crazy. So I'm going to cut this, and I do this pretty much every video if I can. And that's why I went with the same color paper, but you can definitely use a different color paper. I'm just cutting it right on that score line. You know, if you want to use your paper trimmer, you know, go for it. I'm just cutting it to release that so that when I glue this on, it just has more room, more give to just do what it needs to do. Okay, so we're going to glue this down. And I am going to put glue as close as I can all here, all here, all the way up. You don't want to put any glue in that area, of course. You want that to move on its own. Move freely, just right up to that area there. I'll have to move my finger in just a moment. There we go. And what I'm going to do is just hold that. And I'm just going to push that as close as I can, kind of centered, as close as I can to the score line there. Now this is just because I cut it. Yours, you know, if you just score it, then that's fine. Just tuck it in as far as you can, kind of keeping it as centered as I can, checking that out, keeping this straight. I'm going to go ahead and close this up so that the card will accommodate that area there. And when you open it up, it shouldn't, see, it just opens up. And that gap there is what normally is there, even if you have another card folded in there, and it doesn't let you open the card completely. And I like to open the card completely, so, you know, just something to think about. Okay, so this guy will really open up. Okay. So now it says to go ahead and glue this guy to just above that score line, right? This one, the one that's up at top. And so I will do that, leaving the little flap free floating, so it looks really cute. You guys, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness, I don't know what I said. I said, oh my gosh. Okay. We're going to put this on here, just right above that score line, just kind of centered. So cute. And then it says to adhere this guy right here. And so I'm going to put the glue on this because I don't really know exactly where that's going to be, right to the very edges. And this will keep it nice and sturdy. I'm just putting it right up to there. I'm going to hold it there for a second. Right up, right as it's up. Now you can definitely close this up and give it a squish, just to make sure everything is going to close up for you. And as you can see, it did move a little bit. So that's where I'm going to keep it, because that's what naturally this card wants to do. So I'm not going to bother that. That's where it pushed it to, and that is fine with me. So I'm just going to close that up again. And yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let that set up. I'll be right back. So there's our card. It is super cute. It looks really clean, really nice. I mean, how cute is that? So for my topper here, I'm just gonna do some quick stuff. I have this cute yellow diagonal stripe paper from a previous die and press kit. Black and white gingham would be really lovely, or something like that. So anyway, it's 5 1/4, so I'm gonna do a 5 1/8 inch square. And then I'm just gonna stamp this guy, so I'm just gonna glue that down, right? Kind of has like a Italian kind of pizza feel. So I'm gonna do that one. And then I'm just gonna stamp this guy in black ink. And then maybe accent it with some red, because you know a lot of times pizza box, maybe it's just red, maybe it has black. However, this guy. And maybe I'll do it freehand. And if I have to do it again, I'll do it again. That's fine. I'll make sure that's really inked up, since I'm just going to go freehand with it. And make sure every area is touching. Oh, see, I'll do it again. I might have to put this on a stamping platform. I'll just do the opposite side of this guy if for some reason I miss another part of it. Just making sure. Yeah, I'm kind of missing this little section right here, but to be honest, I think I'll just finish that off with a pen. A little fine liner type pen. And then I'm just going to color it in, like I said, just a little bit. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. In a little bit of red, a little something on that guy. I didn't really do any like accenting of anything else, but there you go. And I think on the outside we can do thank you for always delivering. I think that'd be cute. I just have this piece of cardstock here that's already kind of cut down. I'm just going to stamp that in red ink, and then I'll do that little, you know, just cut around it, and then maybe back it with some red paper, and that will be my little topper. I'll be right back. Pieces, and of course I need to glue that down, and then I'm just going to cut that guy out with the die. Sorry, I don't know why it took me so long to spot that on the thing there. You know, I mean, you can do an aperture. That looks pretty straight, and I think that's going to be okay. So I'm just going to run that through, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, let's put that up. Oh, wow. Perfect. Look at that. Okay, so we have this guy, we have our side there, maybe something like that. I think that's cute. Let's do a little bit. There's not really a lot of dimension on the inside, so I don't mind adding a little bit of dimensionals here. So what I'm going to do is pop this guy up here. That way it'll even kind of have that look of like a Star Wars thing when the word's kind of that perspective. So let's do that guy there and hold this down. And maybe I'll pop this guy up too. Should we just pop it up? I'll put this one on smaller dimensionals, like a lower profile dimensional. And then I had that some veggies left, right? So I think what I'll do is just add some of these onto my little piece here. I think that's cute. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a ton of glue and I'm sure it'll just work out. So let's add like this guy here. And maybe a little pepperoni. I ran through one more pepperoni just to have it. Like there, maybe? Okay, so let's put a little glue behind him. And then our cute little mushroom can be there too. How cute is that? I might bring this one out a little bit more. Something like that. Okay, I'm gonna put some low profile dimensionals behind this. Taking the dimensional carriers off of that. And let's put this like right here. Hold on. And that is just a real simple outside of the card since we took time to do this inside part. But look how cute that is. So, Hot and Fresh Pizza, thank you for always delivering the little toppings. And then you're supremely awesome on the inside. Oh my gosh, super cute. Thank you so much, Diamond Press, for sending this item for review. I'll have images already, and that's just how I normally close. But I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, possibly in the little bag here. And I'll update them as the new items are released there on HSN. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you all at the next one. There you go. All right, bye now.